Hey there guys, I'm SonicGhost and welcome back to some more Let's Play Super Mario Galaxy 2. Last time we completed World 3 and we fought Bowser Jr. once more, and in this episode we're going to be continuing on here, exploring World 4 and its new galaxies, starting with the Hungry Luma Galaxy here. I want to tackle this one first because this is the point in the game where Hungry Lumas are starting to get pretty dang expensive. This guy wants 1,200 star bits. We have over 1,500, so we can feed this guy pretty easily only by just a little over 300 star bits. So at this point in the game, these Hungry Lumas are going to probably get harder and harder for you to feed. So at this point, you might want to start going out of your way a little bit more for some star bits. Or maybe even just going back to previous levels just to get some extras and exploring Starship Mario a little bit more. Since Starship Mario does have a lot of star bit chances for you here. That and the extra life chances. Let's go ahead and explore this new galaxy that the Hungry Luma opened up. Sweet Mystery Galaxy. And here, this is a Yoshi level as we can tell because we see a fruit right at the very beginning here. It's the bulb berry. More specifically, the bulb berry's mysterious glow. So this entire level is based off the bulb berry here. You pretty much need that fruit for Yoshi just to see exactly where you're going. If you're not using that fruit, well, you're not proceeding with the level. Simple as that. So let's just collect our star bits and take 5, Mario. That was a long flight in. Let Luigi do the rest. Yo, bro, you already started your game, but you're already taking a break? Yeah. Okay, fine. Now it's Super Luigi Galaxy time. It's actually convenient for us that Luigi's here in the very beginning because we can go ahead and just grab some extra star bits because of that. So convenient that if you swap characters Mario to Luigi, you get more star bits because they all respawn in a level. So we'll take that to our advantage here and just collect a lot of extra star bits. We're gonna need as many of these things as we can get because of all these Hungry Lumas, so I'm not complaining. So let's grab that fruit and let's just go ahead and just jump over here before we continue on to the level because there's a comet medal. This one, if you're running out of time here with your fruit, is a little bit harder probably to see. Just because of the fact that you need to have the bulb berry and Yoshi system to actually see those platforms, so that could be one of the easier ones for you to miss, to be honest. But let's just go ahead, jump over here, and be careful, because Yoshi's flutter gives you a lot of distance. It's ridiculous. I actually can overshoot these platforms very easily here if I'm not careful. So I'm trying to pay attention to my surroundings, and also at the same time, make sure Yoshi just doesn't get 20 feet in the air with his jump. He can go really far with his flutter. Ridiculous. I'm also glad that Yoshi can go ahead and eat these enemies here that had the spiny helmets on because they're spikes. So Yoshi swallowing a spike whole like that, very convenient for me, but how the heck is that possible? That looks like it would hurt a lot. So this section of the level here, you gotta be mindful of your timer, but it's not really too bad because you just gotta hit all these switches here, turn them on to the exclamation point, and your launch star appears. So let's go ahead and take that star out of here. Now this portion of the level is actually pretty interesting. This box opens up and we see this giant cake with our star on it. As soon as we land, it disappears. Doesn't matter if you have the bulberry fruit on or not, it just kind of disappears like that. Draw distance here sucks. This is just as bad as the N64 days. I mean, come on, Nintendo. That was 1996, this is 2010. That's a good decade plus of time. We're 2 generations ahead, we shouldn't be having those draw distance issues anymore. I mean, sure, some of the launch Wii games kind of had that issue, but to be fair, some developers during the launch day of the Wii were either kind of lazy about their ports, or just didn't really know what to do with the hardware, so games kind of suffered. But this is 2010, this is in-house Nintendo, come on guys. It's just a weird little effect if you ask me. But now we can head back to World 2, as a comet has appeared here at Bowser's Lair, so this is going to be our first instance to going back to a Bowser level in particular for a comet. So why not? Let's go ahead and take the detour real quick and head back to World 2. So, with Mario, let's go ahead and take the helm of the ship. And instead of warping to World 2, let's go ahead and zoom out and just go straight back to World 3. And take the portal back to World 2. And would you look at that, we're back. I prefer to do this whenever possible because, man, traveling from the very beginnings of the world to the very end can kind of take a while. Jumping to a world ahead and then just backtracking through the portal is a lot faster. You know what else is fast? This level in particular. The comet here for Bowser's Lair is a speed run. And in particular, this is one of the speed runs where you need to collect a lot of the clocks on your way, as you only start out with 30 seconds. So this speedrun here can be kind of stressful at first, Luckily for us, though, there's plenty of clocks scattered throughout this level, so we just gotta make sure we collect these things, and we should be fine. Then we gotta move. Camera's in my way. Wasting my time. So, gotta go. Gotta get our world record incoming here. Gotta be a speedrunner here. Take all them speed strats. I can never really be a speedrunner if I want to be completely honest with you guys. Here's one of the reasons. When I try to go fast, I make more mistakes. I've tried my hand at speedrunning a couple times in the past, and every single time I've tried to speedrun a game, it's always ended up horribly. I enjoyed them by the end, but man, is it stressful. There's so much about a game you have to learn if you want to speedrun it, and there's a lot of do or die situations in a lot of games for speedrunning. And it really doesn't matter the category you're running, it's just the stress of it alone can make it a do or die situation. I've tried my hand at it a couple times, it's just not right for me. I give props to anyone who can really do speedruns because that's a lot of dedication. If you're dedicating yourself to a single game or multiple games even, to learn all the different in and outs of the game, glitchless or not, just learning something like any percent or 100%, just taking that time and dedication just to learn how to optimize the game in general. I give you props to that because speedrunning is definitely not an easy thing to do. It's an entertaining thing to watch, that's for sure. I like watching me a good speedrun. Seeing a game's execution done right, and just seeing how flawless and how fast the game can be because of that. It's always a fun watch. But my hand at speedruns is not really that way in general. I try my best, but at the same time, I just like doing speedruns just to kind of get into it, really. I don't really want to do speedruns seriously, because if I try and time myself, oh man, it ends in disaster. If I'm just doing a speedrun for fun, not really timing myself, but just trying to do some glitches that you can do in a speedrun scenario, and just kind of explore the game, then that's what I like to do. I just kind of want to see the ins and the outs of the game technically. That's one of my favorite parts of a speedrun. And that's usually the thing I'll do if I try to speedrun a game. Because in terms of actually just trying to go fast, get the best times, not really for me. I can't really do that all that well. I mean, see right there, I tried to do a speedrunning trick and the level just said no. So, we have to redeem ourselves. At this point in the level, you can just kind of damage boost yourself to the star. It's a lot quicker. And since we're under a strict time limit, and also we have ourselves the life stream in our hands, it doesn't really matter. It's just that, again, trying to go fast kind of costs me some time. Kind of proved my point as to why I can't really be a speedrunner personally. I tried my hand, and every time I've really tried to a run, it doesn't end up being any faster. In fact, a lot of times it ends up being slower somehow. So, yeah, not really my scene. You know what else is my scene, though? Going back to World 4, because comet medals are my scene. We got a comet that just appeared back in the world we needed to go to. How convenient. So let's head back to Sweet Mystery and get our comet medal here. So, let's go ahead and see what comet here is at Sweet Mystery. So we have the Bulbberry's Purple Coin Glow. So this is just a purple coin collection. Luckily, this one isn't too bad. There's no real time limit. There's only 100 of these coins. Just have to go around and collect them. It's not even a single enemy in the level now. So it's a nice little peaceful trip back through Sweet Mystery here. Almost at Sweet Mountain. This is not Sonic Colors. In fact, this game came out just a couple months before Colors. So, not there yet. Give it a little bit of time. I will say, though, that the purple coins here I'm going to go ahead and talk about, because these purple coins actually did come back in the Mario series. In Super Mario Odyssey, I've been playing that a lot recently, and the purple coins actually made a return in that game, which, when I first saw them, I was a little surprised and nervous at the same time, because when I saw these things appear in Odyssey, I got a little worried that they were going to get as tedious as some of the purple coins in the Galaxy games, because some of the purple coin missions in Galaxy 1 and 2, they both can be kind of difficult, to be honest. Some of these purple coins are really hard to get to under strict time limits, or sometimes these might just be hard to get period because of their one and done situations. So seeing them come back in Odyssey really made me nervous, and luckily, purple coins are really just a collectible in that game. There's nothing really major locked behind the purple coins to my knowledge, because from what I've seen so far, purple coins are really just used as a currency in the game, where you can either use the purple coins to get more costumes for Mario the Wear, or just more dioramas for you to collect for the Odyssey. So, it's more or less just a thing for 100% sake, and that's about it. They don't really need to be collected if you're going to go after some Power Moons, because from what I've seen, I haven't seen a single Power Moon locked behind Purple Coin Collection. So that's nice. And Purple Coins are actually pretty easy to find in Mario Odyssey, especially if you have the Bowser Wedding Amiibo that was made specifically for the game. if you have that, Bowser can actually help you find purple coins in the game. So, in fact, finding purple coins in Odyssey, sure, might be more daunting because the levels are bigger than the Galaxy levels here, sure. But at the same time, they're not as bad to collect in some areas just because you have help. You can go ahead and use the Bowser amiibo, and the purple coins stay collected. So, in essence, they're kind of like the blue coins from Mario Sunshine, just done better. And I like that. Let's go ahead and make our way to Supermassive Galaxy. This galaxy is actually a nice little callback to one of the worlds in Super Mario Bros. 3. World 4 in Super Mario Bros. 3 was actually a big small world, so there'd be a lot of points in that world in particular where you'd be playing as Mario or Luigi, depending on who you were playing as, in normal size, and the rest of the level would just be gigantic. Same thing here. That's what this level is referencing, that world in particular, from Mario Bros. 3. At this point in the series, though, we haven't really seen too much giant stuff in the Mario games in general since early days, because sure, we had some big Bowsers at this point. We had a big Bowser from like New Super Mario Bros. Wii, but at the same time, it wasn't overdone like it was after this game, because after a while, Nintendo just kind of like making Bowser big for no reason. So at this point, this was kind of a nice little treat to see in the game. It wasn't really that intrusive. It wasn't really, well, problematic in general, because it just wasn't calling back the nostalgia card too much. Galaxy 2 definitely does call back to other Mario games. There's a lot of nostalgia with this one in particular, but at the same time, it sprinkles it throughout your adventure. It doesn't just shove it all in your throat. So other games in the series would definitely use nostalgia more for its selling point, while this game in particular, it just kind of sprinkles it around your adventure. This is the world in particular where you're going to start seeing some of your nostalgia points. But before I continue talking about that, I want to go ahead and bounce in the back of the Scuba Shell, because you can actually just grind for lives here. As long as you constantly bounce off the back of this Koopa, you're never going to kill it, you're never going to do damage to it at all, but you're constantly bouncing, which gives you a crap ton of lives at once. You can easily grind for 99 lives here, no problem whatsoever. These Koopas will never die from you bouncing, so it's a great place if you need to grind for lives. At some points in the game, you might want to come here and do so, just to make your adventure a little bit easier. So, that's definitely something to keep in mind. But going back to the nostalgia talk, Nintendo has definitely called in the nostalgia card a lot after Galaxy 2 for a while, and a lot of other developers are starting to do the same thing. Because honestly, at one point in game history, I would like to say, games just kind of went back to their roots and just started to reference or just flat out mention their old games in new ones. Because it was kind of a popular thing to do at the time, and to a sense it still kind of is. Some games have still been doing that a lot, but at the same time, people are kind of getting tired of it nowadays, because it's been one of those tropes that's been overdone in a lot of games. So, for an example, this game in particular, people don't really mind the callbacks too much to other Mario games, because it wasn't really just intrusive. But other games, for example, in some of the later Mario entries, like Super Mario 3D Land or even 3D World, some people thought the nostalgia callbacks were a little too harsh, and people were getting a little upset. Same for other games too, like Sonic. Sonic Mania and Sonic Forces both came out in the same year, and both of those games featured not only Green Hill Zone, but they also featured a chemical plant, and people were just kind of sick of those zones at this point. They've seen so much Green Hill and chemical plant that a lot of fans are just kind of saying, yeah, I don't want to see these zones for like years. I'm kind of done with them. So sometimes nostalgia is a great thing to reference back, but at the same time, if you do it too much in a game, people will get sick of it pretty quick. Thankfully though, at this point, Mario wasn't really doing that all too much. Sure, he was taking nods back, but as you'll see here in Galaxy 2, it's just a nice little reference back, and sometimes it might be a direct callback to specific games, but it's not like your entire adventure you're going to be seeing callbacks. It's every once in a while you might see it. But that was the hidden star in Supermassive, so now with that taken care of, let's actually head back into the level and grab ourselves the star we were properly supposed to get. That star is very easy since it's on the way. Just gotta fill up that planet we were on with a bunch of flowers, and that vine pops out for the star. So let's just go back and get the star we were supposed to get in the first place, shall we? Alright, now that we're back here at the end of the level, let's go ahead and get the star we were supposed to get here the first time. did you all a favor and just kind of cut to the end of this, because you really don't need to see me going through the exact same level again. Nothing great changes. Right here, just go ahead and wait for that Wiggler to pass, and let's go. Really, the ending section here is just best to be patient with, because those last two Wigglers definitely move a lot quicker because they're upset. Whenever Wiggler's red, they're definitely upset. I mean, look at all that steam. I don't know what pissed off that Wiggler, but let's just stay out of his way, take our time a little bit, and then the Wiggler crossing is not that big of a deal. Just pay attention to your Wiggler crossing rules and you'll be fine. Which definitely sounds weird out of context because Wigglers. That's all I need to say. Hashtag Wigger Wednesdays. Now with that awkward note out of the way, I'm going to go ahead and end the episode on that note. Next time on Let's Play Super Mario Galaxy 2, we'll continue on here with World 4 and start exploring the other levels that open up after we play through Supermassive Galaxy. I'll see you guys next time.